Hey guys, welcome to another Freedive UK video. My name's Ian Donald. Sorry I haven't done a video for so long. I've been really busy moving house and everything, and we've been to Thailand and started the season again. So I finally managed to get a little bit of time to put aside to reviewing what I believe is absolutely hands down the best freediving fin that I've ever used. This is the Epsealon Impulse Carbon Freediving Fin. There's so many good things to say about this fin. It's really difficult for me to know where to start. I've used some fantastic fins over the years, carbon fins from all different companies, but this one really stands out as having a couple of little points that just make it so much better than the other ones that I've used. If we start from the heel, we've got a dual compound heel pocket, foot pocket. You can see this grey material here is slightly softer than the dark material, so it's really nice and comfortable around the top of the foot, around the toe, and then just where you need the power transfer along the top of the foot, you've got that little bit more power pushing through there. It's also actually at this point where you see one of the best features about this fin, hands down, and that's these ridges, okay, that run down from the top of the foot pocket and then running further down the blade. So these ridges, hope you can see them properly, are actually quite pronounced. Okay, so you've got quite a big bulge here that comes up, and it digs all the way down and runs a rail all the way along. And there's actually a slight wave as well in that kind of in that pocket as well, and you can see that wave on the back as well. You can see that kind of indentation. So what this is basically doing, every time you kick, every time you put a forward kick in, the water that would normally be lost over the side of the foot, where there's a lot of power, remember there's a lot of power because this is closest to the power generation in your leg, so there's a lot of power that can be used here, and the water hits this point, and rather than just fall off the side, it starts to channel its way down the length of the fin. And this is exactly what we want from any fin. It's the power and the water to be pushed down, backwards, and off the back of the blade. I think it's mainly due to this system of rails which gives this fin just so much power. As we move further down, you can see the rails carry on. They do get lighter and lighter and thinner as you get to the tip, and in fact right at the tip they stop altogether with just a little bit of guide at the end. At the tip here, right, I've actually put some like almost like a carbon tape at the end just to protect the tips. They do come unprotected to be a little bit more efficient, but for the type of diving that I'm doing, often they will hit rocks and things, so I decided to protect mine a little bit, and it's done a really good job of doing so. Here we've got a couple of screws that go into the blade to keep the blade in place. There's nothing else as you go along except for a couple of small clips running on the side. Quite unusually for a set of fins, I've never had any of these clips fall off, which has got to be a first. Right? Everything else I've ever used which have clips or screws, something at some point falls off and you have to replace it. I've used these now for 6-8 months in Thailand and in Gozo and in the UK, and they perform perfectly. A fantastic carbon. Alright, really super flexible. Alright, got that lovely snap to it. Okay, this is part of the reason why I love this fin, is that there are two different stiffnesses. Despite it being a standard kind of off the rack kind of fin, it isn't a custom fin or anything like that, but they do offer two different stiffnesses. This is the blue stiffness, or really what would be maybe a medium stiffness, and there's also the red stiffness, which is a harder fin. Now I'm 6'3", I'd like to think I'm fairly fit, and for me the blue is absolutely fine. I prefer a softer blade. I find I can go deeper, I use a little less energy doing so, and the speed that it gives is absolutely perfect. I don't need any more. Maybe one day I'll see. I'll get them to send me a set of the red blades and see what the difference is, and I could give you a review on the red blades. But the blue, more than happy with blue at the moment. They've taken me really deep, in more comfort from a pair of bifins than I've ever felt. So from that point of view, they're fantastic. So size wise, They're pretty true to size. Like I said, they are really comfortable, nice soft foot pocket. I would order the size that you normally go for in a fin, and I think you'll be pretty comfortable with that. They're pretty comfortable without a fin sock. I tend not to even risk not using a fin sock because I get blisters quite easily, so I've only used these without a fin sock for an hour or so. Didn't get a blister, but you know, maybe over a longer period of time I would. Okay, well that's pretty much all I've got to say about these. I stand by them, as do my other instructors, as being pretty much the top off-the-shelf freediving fin that you can get your hands on at the moment. There's not much else to say, really, other than try a pair. If you want to push your freediving to the next level, if you want to start going deeper, then maybe these are the things for you. All right. Anyway, remember to subscribe. I will start putting more videos back online, more reviews, more tips and tricks. So subscribe to Freedive UK videos, and hopefully see you in the water. Thanks. Bye.